Did you know some cases of psychosis are completely reversible? What if the hallucinations or delusions you are seeing in a patient are actually caused by a hidden metabolic crisis? Welcome back. Today we are looking at the medical mimics of schizophrenia that every neuropsychiatrist needs on their radar. We are doing a full breakdown of reversible acquired and inherited metabolic causes of psychosis, structured as a rapid-fire question and answer session. Question 1. What are the systemic or acquired metabolic causes of psychosis? Answer. These are conditions that arise from organ failure, electrolyte imbalances, or external nutritional deficits. If you fix the underlying physical imbalance, the psychiatric symptoms often resolve. Question 2. How does organ failure lead to psychiatric symptoms, and what are the red flags? Answer. Let us start with hepatic encephalopathy caused by liver failure. The major red flags here are jaundice and a flapping tremor called asterixis. Then there is renal failure, which causes uremic encephalopathy. Watch out for the red flags of uremic breath and a highly elevated creatinine level. Finally, pancreatic encephalopathy is a rare complication. The red flag is severe acute pancreatitis where psychotic symptoms appear within the first 2 weeks of onset. Question 3. Can basic blood sugar and oxygen levels cause hallucinations? Answer. Absolutely. Hypoglycemia, or low blood sugar usually under 54 mg per deciliter, can cause acute neuroglycopenia leading to psychosis. The red flags are sudden confusion, sweating, and tremors. Hypoxia, meaning low oxygen or poor blood flow to the brain, is a known cause of acute delirious psychosis. The red flag is a recent history of cardiac arrest or severe respiratory distress. Also, metabolic alkalosis, which is a blood pH imbalance, can precipitate auditory and visual hallucinations. The red flag is a high blood pH often accompanied by severe vomiting or diuretic overuse. Question 4. What about electrolyte imbalances? What should we look for? Answer. Severe low sodium or hyponatremia can cause PIP syndrome, which stands for psychosis, intermittent hyponatremia, and polydipsia. The red flag is excessive, compulsive water drinking and a sodium level at or below 120 milliequivalents per liter. Low calcium causes neuromuscular issues. The red flags are muscle spasms, facial twitching, and teny. High calcium, often from malignancy or hyperparathyroidism, has the classic red flags summarized as moans, groans, stones, and bones, meaning mood changes, abdominal pain, kidney stones, and bone pain. Lastly, low magnesium causes neuronal hyperexcitability and usually presents alongside calcium and potassium abnormalities. Question 5. Which vitamin deficiencies present as psychosis, and what are their red flags? Answer. There are 3 main ones you must remember. Thiamine, or vitamin B1 deficiency, causes Wernicke-Korsakoff syndrome. The red flags are confusion, eye movement issues like ophthalmoplegia, and an unsteady, ataxic gait. Niacin, or vitamin B3 deficiency, causes pellagra. Look for the red flag triad of the 3 Ds, which are dementia, diarrhea, and dermatitis. Finally, cobalamin, or vitamin B12 deficiency, is known historically as megaloblastic madness. The distinct red flag here is paranoid psychosis and spinal cord signs, which can happen even if the patient does not have anemia. Question 6. Moving to inherited conditions, what are the inborn errors of metabolism that cause psychosis? Answer. These are genetic defects causing a buildup of toxins or a lack of essential metabolites. The most famous is Wilson's disease, a disorder of copper metabolism. The major red flags are golden brown Kayser-Fleischer rings in the eyes, liver dysfunction, and movement issues like severe dystonia. It is highly reversible if caught early and treated with chelation therapy. Be mindful that prescribing standard antipsychotics here can severely exacerbate their extrapyramidal symptoms. Question 7. Which metabolic disorder is known as the little imitator? Answer. Acute porphyrias. The absolute red flags for this are neurovisceral attacks. If a patient has unexplained, severe abdominal pain, urine that turns dark when exposed to light, and sudden psychiatric symptoms, test for porphyria. Crucially, a major red flag is if their psychosis worsens after you prescribe certain medications. Drug precipitants like barbiturates, sulfonamide antibiotics, and common mood stabilizers like carbamazepine or valproate can trigger a life-threatening neurovisceral attack. Question 8. Can eating protein trigger a psychotic episode? Answer. Yes, in urea cycle disorders such as OTC deficiency. The red flag is episodic psychosis or confusion that is directly triggered by a high-protein meal, starvation, or catabolic stress. This happens because their body cannot clear ammonia. For a neuropsychiatrist, a critical drug precipitant to avoid is valproic acid. Prescribing valproate can trigger acute hyperammonemia and a severe psychotic encephalopathy in these patients. Question 9. What are the vitamin-responsive aminoacidopathies? Answer. First is homocystinuria, or MTHFR deficiency. The red flag is a lab result showing elevated homocysteine in a patient with schizophrenia-like symptoms. Be careful with drug precipitants like nitrous oxide or methotrexate, which interfere with folate pathways. These patients often respond well to folate or B12 supplementation. Second is Hartnupp's disease, which is a tryptophan transport defect. Its red flag is a patient presenting with symptoms that look exactly like pellagra, meaning skin rashes and dementia, but it is a genetic condition that responds specifically to high-dose niacin. Question 10. Are there any other genetic triggers for psychosis to keep in mind? Answer. Yes. Intermittent maple syrup urine disease is one. The red flag is a normally functioning patient who suddenly develops ataxia, seizures, and hallucinations during a period of illness or catabolic stress. Finally, G6PD deficiency is an X-linked disorder. The red flag is sudden hemolysis and jaundice triggered by eating fava beans or taking certain drug precipitants like antimalarials, dapsone, or nitrofurantoin, which has a weak but notable association with acute psychosis. Identifying these clinical red flags and knowing which medications to avoid can literally save a life and reverse a severe psychiatric episode. If you found this breakdown helpful for your clinical practice or resident teaching, hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with your study group.